Current News Podcast.
With Elu and Jesse.
Yes. Ever stop to think about how fast, like wildfire, misinformation spreads and the damage, the very real damage it can cause?
Yeah.
Today we're taking a deep dive into a controversy swirling around Representative Clay Higgins and some, well, let's just call them incendiary remarks he made targeted at Haitian-Americans.
Okay.
This isn't just some Twitter spat. This thing goes deeper. It reveals a worrying pattern with some potentially really serious consequences.
I see, yeah.
So, to get the full picture, we need to rewind a bit, go back to the source. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, they were the ones peddling this rumor about Haitian immigrants, saying they were harming pets.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine the chaos that caused, the fear-mongering, especially in Ohio,
Yeah.
where this all unfolded. Unsurprisingly, a Haitian nonprofit, they weren't having it. They took legal action, slapped them with charges. Now, it's right on the heels of this lawsuit that Clay Higgins makes his grand entrance, and let's just say he didn't exactly tiptoe in.
Oh.
Higgins, he goes on social media, fires off this post, now deleted, of course.
Right.
But the words he used immediately set off alarm bells. He uses terms like thugs, talks about slapstick gangsters, even goes as far as to demand that they get their out of our country before January 20th.
Wow. See, those aren't just harsh words. Those words, they carry baggage, a lot of it. Historically, they've been used time and time again to dehumanize, to incite violence against minorities. And when you tack on a date, a specific date, especially one like January 20th, the day of the presidential inauguration, it takes on a whole other meaning, a much more threatening tone. It's almost like a veiled threat.
Exactly. And the internet. They weren't about to let that one slide.
Yeah.
The backlash was swift. It was strong. Some comments even went as far as comparing him to a grand wizard, while many just straight up called out the blatant racism in his statement.
And that response right there, that's crucial. It really highlights how people are waking up to these harmful stereotypes, how they're becoming less and less tolerant and more vocal in condemning them. It shows a growing refusal to accept this kind of rhetoric, even if it is coming from, someone in a position of authority like an elected official.
It's true. And the issue goes beyond just some online outrage. Higgins, this isn't his first rodeo. The guy has a history of promoting conspiracy theories like those claims about ghost buses, remember?
Oh, right.
The one supposedly busing protesters to Washington on January 6th, claims that completely fell apart under scrutiny, no factual basis whatsoever. This pattern, this constant pushing of misinformation, it's incredibly dangerous, especially coming from someone in his position, an elected official.
Yeah, and sadly, this incident, it's not an isolated one. It's a symptom of a much larger pattern. It's prejudice, misinformation, all directed at Haitian immigrants. And what's really scary is when it comes from someone in a position of power, it becomes that much more potent, that much more dangerous. It's like it lends legitimacy to these dangerous narratives. It can have real-world consequences.
So some people listening might be thinking, okay, but why should we care about this one incident? Why does it matter?
Because words have power. They have the power to incite violence, to make prejudice seem normal, even acceptable, and ultimately to erode the trust we have in institutions. Look at what happened in Rwanda. Radio propaganda, it played a chilling role in fueling that horrific ethnic violence. This isn't just about being politically correct. It's about preventing these kinds of tragedies, learning from history.
It really emphasizes how crucial media literacy is, how important it is to think critically, especially now in our digital age. It's so easy to get caught up in this constant stream of information.
Absolutely.
But we as individuals have to be more discerning.
Yeah, we can't just passively consume. We have to be asking questions. Who is sharing this information? What's their angle, their bias? Are there other points of view out there?
It all comes down to accountability, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How do we hold our elected officials accountable when they spread this kind of misinformation, when they use such divisive language?
Right.
It's a question worth pondering. What do you think?
Turn the dial to the daily news. Turn the dial to the daily news. Turn the dial to the daily news. Bringing voices, headlines, and shoes. We turn the dial to the daily news.